Okay, we're live.
All right, let's
Hello,
see.
everyone. Welcome. Today we have Anuradha with us. I don't know how many of y'all will know Anuradha because I think the viewers we have usually on the stream are not very experienced players, and I'm not sure if they would know you. So, would you like to tell us about yourself first, Anuradha?
Nandini, we had a deal that we are going to talk about you. That was very clever. You gave me you gave me black to start with, and you made the first move.
No, no, but in general, even if you're going to ask me, I mean, you can still
Yeah,
tell
yeah, no,
us a bit
that's
about
fine. That's
yourself.
okay. Okay, okay. So I am what am I? My name is Anuradha, and I write books. I teach chess. I travel. I played a lot of chess myself ages ago in the last century, and I played a lot of chess. I come from Haryana, and I started playing when I was 7 years old, and where nobody in my family knew chess. Nobody in my I don't know. Nobody around me knew chess, but you know some things happened and I started playing it. I played a lot of chess and played a lot of chess. I played a lot of national tournaments, international tournaments. Then I stopped playing. I went to uni. Da da da. One thing led to another. Started traveling, writing. So I am. I do a lot of things now. I travel. I write. I teach chess in India and in London. So yeah, that's about me. You tell me, Nandini, when did you start playing chess?
I started, I think I was 8 or 8.5 years old.
Okay,
Um,
tell me how it happened.
so, my dad, I think he was very passionate about chess, though he didn't know to play chess himself. But he wanted us to learn and play chess. He had a brother, though. I think kind of, they in the family, my dad's family, they had a liking towards chess. Like my father's brother, he was like the Goa state champion a few years, and my grandpa, my dad's dad, was like the president of the Goa Chess Association, so they had some liking towards chess. But my dad was not into chess, but he wanted us to play. So us meaning, again, I have a younger brother, so we started together. When you have a sibling, a lot of times you start many activities together, so we started it together.
How
And
old is
yeah,
your brother? How
he
how much younger than you?
he is about 1 year 9 months younger to me, so not much
Okay,
difference, not much of a difference.
okay, okay. And did you like it as well? Like your father wanted you to play chess, but did you like it instantly, or you wanted to do something else?
I don't remember exactly because at
Hmm.
that age when you're younger, sometimes you wouldn't know if you really like it or no. Now you're taught chess, you're playing chess, you just continue playing, right? Um, so I don't really know like if I had a liking when I was younger. I honestly have no idea, but I enjoyed playing. I guess I enjoyed playing. I don't have any bad memories or any negative memory regarding any feeling from that point of time. So it
Hmm.
was decent, but I don't think I had a liking way too much. I loved art a lot, and that I can tell you. So I
Hmm.
loved
Hmm.
drawing, and I'm sure that liking was more than chess, for
Hmm.
sure.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. And so you played like tournaments? You played serious chess, many tournaments.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I did play. I think till I was 13 or so, I played continuously all nationals and all tournaments too. Because actually, at that point of time, we didn't have too many tournaments. Anuradha knows this very well. We didn't have too many tournaments all over India. But by even when I joined, and I'm sure when you were playing before me, it was even less for sure.
Yeah.
But even when
Yeah.
I was playing at that time, we had a few tournaments, throughout the year, 6 tournaments or whatever. And like the whole chess community would go once to Delhi, then come to Cochin, then like we would all roam together. I mean, for the tournaments.
Hmm.
So the players
Hmm.
would be very strong for every tournament. And
Hmm.
yeah, so we used to play limited tournaments at that point of time.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
But if you remember, there was a Sangli. this in Sangli, that was the 1 month, continuous tournaments. That is what we used to enjoy. Just go for 1 month, play, let's say
Hmm.
20 days, play tournaments and come back.
Like a season, like a
Yeah.
season of playing.
Yeah.
I don't know when I started playing. It was when was it? It was long, long ago. But I remember the matches you would go for 7 hours, sometimes more than 7 hours. So the time control used to be 2 hours each for 40 moves. Then you get half an hour added for another, oh no, 1 hour added for another 20 moves. And then you'll have something else, and then you have sudden death. So the matches sometimes, I was 7 years old and I remember playing for 7 straight hours. And today, when I tell children this, when I tell my students or when I tell players this, it's unbelievable for them. They're like, oh my God, 10 minutes is too much. And I would tell them, I, as a 7 year old, play 7 hours straight. Classical matches. It's changed now. How long was it when you were playing?
I don't remember playing a format, I mean, a three-time format as you have mentioned. But we did have a 2-2 hour that was very common, 2 hours
Hmm,
each without an increment. We didn't have Fisher at that point of time.
hmm,
So 2 hours
hmm,
each. And about the after 40 moves, I think that we had in nationals for the open and the women's nationals. That's what I remember. And I don't know for the age groups if we had it. I don't really remember that much now. But I mean,
hmm.
I'm a very slow player myself, so I know my games would always go for 4 hours, like three and a half,
And
4 hours
Nandini,
minimum.
believe it or not, 7 hours used to feel less time because we would always be under time
Time
pressure.
pressure.
7 hours, and a tournament would go on for 10 days, 9 days, 10 days. So there will
Yeah.
be 9 rounds around a day. In 7 hours, you can't play 2 rounds a day. So around a day, and then you'll have rest day in between. It used to be
Oh.
so long. So playing a tournament would be like 2 days of traveling, 10 days of tournament, 2 days of coming back, like especially when you're going from north to the south. Like you take like 2 days of traveling. So half a month gone like that.
That's true. But I think for you it is a bit different. It's like a different era completely. If you even had a rest day,
So
we didn't
true.
have that.
So true.
We didn't have
Hmm,
that. Plus, yeah, but 1 round a day. That's right. We had
hmm,
tournaments that was 1 round a day. Nowadays
hmm.
they have they made the tournaments shorter now. But earlier it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
1 round a
absolutely.
day, and it's not just the nationals. Anuradha, even
Hmm,
the state level tournaments, the selections for the nationals. We used
hmm,
to play 2 2 hours. The selection was full time, okay, classical chess. Nowadays, the
hmm.
selections I've seen are rapid and they go and play classical for the nationals. So it's
Ah.
changed a lot now.
I have a philosophical point of view here. We have less and less time when we are doing like, we have computers, we have phones, we have machines. They were supposed to give us more time. The computers were introduced so that the human beings will be more free and the computers will do the work. We have all the machines to do work for us, and we have less and less time. And you're like, okay, we don't have files anymore. Computer is doing it for us. You press a button, you look for anything. Where does the time go? Like, it was supposed to be easy for us. The computers, the machines were supposed to make life easy for us, and it looks like we are more and more tensed. We have less and less time, and it's just more and more difficult.
That's true. it's it's like the more you get, humans in general, the more you get, the more greedy you become.
Probably that too, and definitely it's not made anything. I don't know. We used to study, like, we didn't have computers and we had so many end game books. I remember studying all of ECOs and BCOs, like, and informators and everything, like studying like those
Yeah.
end game studies without a computer would take so much time, would take a lot of time, and we still had so much time. But what was the minus point about that time was, especially what I felt, that I couldn't do like studies and chess both, because it took so much time. Chess took so much time, like traveling and playing tournaments, and even studying and training, and then we would have camps. I could not. like balance it really, like how nowadays the children go to school, go to college, and also like do chess. I remember like the players, even my age group. So we had to make a choice. Either you're going to school or you're doing chess. So I know a lot of players didn't go to school. I didn't go to school for two reasons. My dad didn't want us to go to school. Me and my sister, we both didn't go to school, even though she did not play chess. But also because I could not. When I started playing chess, there was no time. What did you feel when you were playing? Was it easy for you to balance chess and studies? And how much time did chess take in your life?
Actually, you're right. It did take a lot of time, but I did have a school that was very supportive. My school was very supportive, so I did attend school though. Whenever I was home, I go to school.
Hmm.
It's like the only time I was absent when I was playing tournaments, and I didn't have a coach either, so I didn't go anywhere for coaching. I was all on my own.
Hmm.
So it's like I never miss school though. I love school. So if I reach home today, let's say I reach home at 3 o'clock, I don't mind. Even suppose my train, I reach home at 3 in the night. I'm going to school the next day. I'm up by 7, I'm going to school. So I never missed school. And I was very obedient. I love school. I should complete my books. You wouldn't imagine. Like, even if exams are closer, I never missed a chance. I never gave a chance to my teachers to say my books are incomplete. All my life, I have completed my books. Even if I don't have, even if the exams are closed, I don't care. I was absent for 1 month. I come back, I complete everything. No Xerox copies, nothing. I used to write by hand. So I was very
Wow.
obedient. And I
Wow.
like doing it. But my point was, while you're writing it down, you're also learning. So it's kind of one way of doing it. But I loved school, going to school. So yeah, I mean, it was difficult to manage, but about the chess part that you mentioned, Anuradha, one thing I've noticed is because we took longer time to learn, we learned end games first, middle games, and openings was not the main part of it, right? Because of that, if you see the players who play now and who played before the computers came in, or before the pandemic, for example, we'll put the pandemic in because, online chess has become a thing. You'll
Yeah.
realize that the fundamentals of players who played earlier are way stronger than the fundamentals of players who are playing chess now. And the reason is
Hmm.
simple. As you said, everything is going on fast. So people take
Hmm.
shortcuts right now to learn, and their fundamentals are weak. So
Hmm. Hmm.
that is
Hmm.
something to know. The more time you spend, I think, when you're starting the game, especially as you said, endgame studies, endgames really help. So I think it
Hmm.
actually strengthens the foundation.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
with that, actually, hi everybody. We have Anshika, Sambarth, Ishan, Amey, NS Academy. Yeah, guys. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome, welcome. Both are asking questions to each other. Well, Amey, you guys can also ask us questions. We are ready to answer. We both are here.
Yeah, you have any questions, guys? I want to know about Nandini, and I want to know about what happened a decade later in chess. Because when I stopped playing, I think Nandini started playing when
I
I stopped
started
playing. So
playing.
I'm really curious to know what's the scene of chess in India now, and I can tell you how it is like in London. And yeah, but you can also ask us questions if you want.
Yes. Hi, facts cover. Facts cover. Sorry, my bad. Hi, Ayush. Welcome to the channel. It's your first time. Welcome. And if you have not subscribed as yet, please hit the subscribe button because this is the ICF channel for the Olympiad that's going to be held from July 28th to the 10th of August in Chennai, in India. And yeah, do subscribe for regular updates. And yeah, getting back, Anuradha.
Yeah, talking about Olympiad, we have the logo launched. We have Olympiad happening in India. That's massive. That's huge for the first time. Do you know how many countries there are in the world, Nandini? Total
Uh,
countries in the world.
I think it was 200 and
Yeah, 10, 208, 210, something like that.
yeah, I thought 213 or something like of that, or 223.
Yeah,
I'm not so
something,
sure.
yeah. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and how many countries are coming to play chess to India?
Actually, I know the answer, but I want you to tell me how many are coming in to play,
I think
Anuradha.
it's 188 or more.
Yeah, at least that's what the updated list at the moment. We never know, more countries may join.
188 countries play chess officially. I'm sure even the left, like, the 20 countries that are left, they also play, and somehow they couldn't make it. But 188 countries play chess officially. They're going to come and play the Olympiad of chess. It's huge. I think it's the most popular game in the world. I don't. I can't imagine any other game being played in so many countries, and like tournaments professionally, not like they just play at home. They're coming to play a tournament. It's amazing. It's the real Olympiad, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And the beautiful thing is there's so many countries who will be playing the Olympiad for the first time ever, and they're
Oh
sending their
wow.
teams. And
Oh wow.
a few of them, considering that it's a male-dominated sport and everything is, there are few teams which are sending the women's team for the first time. I think one of them is Jersey, and it's amazing. I mean, first time and at to in India, it's going to be an historic memory for them as well as us.
True. You said no, male dominated game, and a lot of people quite ask me this question, and this I face it everywhere, especially when we talk about chess, and a lot of people would just throw it at me and say, oh, chess is not a physical game. And you say that, oh, girls probably can't run as much or can't lift as much. But what about chess? This is like a brain game, and you have to sit and play. So why not women on top? What do you think, Nandini? Why
Uh,
not?
First thing, it is a brain game, and to begin with, it doesn't mean you don't need a good physical health for it. As Magnus Carlsen, for example, one reason he wins games, he can grind and win games is also because he's physically so fit. He can have the opponent sit there for 8 hours, and the opponent's tired and will make a mistake, and he can take over. I'm just saying, in general, we need to be physically fit, right? Your physical, it's really important. Just because it's a mental game, it does not mean uh, your physical health does not matter at all. We also lose a lot of calories, Anuradha. You know how many calories we lose? For each one, it's different, but we lose hundreds of calories while playing a single game and you sit for hours.
I know I'm always hungry after a match.
And secondly, regarding your question, I think the opportunities women have not got, and it's not just women in general, I'm saying women and other genders, they've not got enough opportunities. So I think lately we are getting the opportunities, and I think it's because of our past players who have been playing. For example, I know Suzanne Polgar, she fought a lot for women being able to play open tournaments and stuff like that, and for representing the country and playing top tournaments. And then because of her sisters got it a bit more easier. For example, Judith Polgar, she didn't have to struggle as much as Suzanne because, well, she cleared the path for her. So yeah, women are getting to play now. In the past, I don't know how many years, and Suzanne Polgar herself is just 50 years old, I guess, or 50 or so. So she must have started playing when she was a kid, and then she started fighting. So let's say she's put up a fight for the past 20 years. And now in the past 20 years, or even less than that, we're getting opportunities. So I think as time passes by, we will find more players in the top in the whole world, just like Judith Polgar was. But it'll take some time because everybody are not given the opportunities. I mean,
Yeah,
chess is
totally.
secondary. I mean, in general, women are not given the freedom for any normal basic human rights in few
Yeah, because
countries.
it's not
So,
just about playing a game, right?
yeah,
It's about traveling, it's about
yeah,
training, it's about going places, it's about putting in money, it's about investments. So, how many people do invest and let girls travel or invest in them? So true, it's not just about oh, it's not a physical game. And as you said, of course, it's also physical. Like you need to be strong, but it's not like women aren't. Women can sit
yeah.
for hours and they are strong enough. But talking about like even to vote, like voting does not require lifting weights, but they had to fight and big fights, not like small fights. But there is like
Yeah.
violent struggle here to just like for the most basic thing as voting. And yeah, it just you just
You,
need to look
I
straight
mean,
and
we are lucky right now that we are in this era. In India, we had those issues earlier, but we are born right now where we have these things that are available to us. So we're pretty lucky.
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
privileged, but even today, like in today's era, not everybody
yeah,
is.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
we
definitely.
are in a certain place, and so yeah, but it's changing. I'm sure it's changing. A lot of girls are coming and playing, but I also, I don't know. It might be controversial, but I also feel um we are like, when if the world was run by women, if we were like, it was not uh run by men, it wouldn't be just winning for us all the time. We wouldn't make wars. We wouldn't, like, we would have it differently. Probably we won't even compete against each other. We'll probably just play for fun. So I think fundamentally somewhere also, we are not like, what sometimes people say, it can be controversial, probably not so right, but people say, we women say, we also want the share of this cake. Uh i i feel we want a different cake. This is not the cake for us.
No, I
We
agree with
wouldn't do
you.
it.
Yeah,
We
perfect.
wouldn't do it like they are doing. We wouldn't have cubicles, offices working 9 5, and we wouldn't have it like that. We'll have beautiful offices where we worked for fun and harmony, and not like to climb on top of each other, and just like win this country and win that country, and then win and be on top of the world. I think we'll have a more like harmonious, peaceful, beautiful world than like this this race to win and climb and reach the top and conquer everything. So that also I feel
Yeah, because I
probably is
think
the reason.
we usually women they kind we not they we show our we kind of don't mind being a bit vulnerable and showing our emotions. I think that's one part of it which usually males are like, they have that ego. I cannot show it. I have to be strong, but they don't understand that being strong is being vulnerable. So adding to that, yeah,
And
I
sometimes they are
agree.
also conditioned, like, no, Nandini, as in
Yeah,
even men,
definitely.
like, like if a boy is crying, even here, like, why you crying? Are you a girl? They are also discouraged to show their emotions from the very
Yeah.
like childhood. And anyway, it's gone in a different direction now. This is completely
No, it's all about
nice
conditioning,
catching
right?
up.
It's all about conditioning for both, for
Uh,
anybody in this world.
let's come back to chess. So you said you stopped playing when you were 13.
No, I mean, I had breaks in between. It's like till 13, I played continuously. And then
Huh.
after that, I didn't play when I didn't play again 8th, 9th, 10th, whatever. I did not play for a few years. And
Hmm.
then, but I did, the state would always say play this tournament over here. So maybe play one tournament in Goa if there's a tournament or something like that. I would play the state tournaments though, just win the state and be happy. I was not interested, but I was not really serious. And
Hmm.
there was this one point in my life. I think I was in the 11th standard. I didn't play any tournament in the whole year. I just did not want to play chess. Can you imagine the whole year, even a local tournament, like no chess at all? So
Mhm.
I was just enjoying my life away from chess. But then again,
Mhm.
after that, I played the state, then went for a national again in the 12th, before the 12th standard. And for some reason, after not playing chess for the whole year, I got a prize in the national. I'm like, oh, how did that happen? But anyway, after that, once I reached college, then I felt like coming back. So, I mean,
Hmm.
17, 18, it's like I wanted to come back, and then slowly I started playing some tournaments as I was attending college.
Hmm.
And
It's
yeah, I
more
did have
relaxed
some
then, right?
breaks.
I
Yeah,
think it's
I
more
did have
relaxed when
breaks
you're in
though.
college. Then you're playing for fun. Then you're playing like
Yeah, I mean,
not so
to be
much to win
honest,
the nationals.
Anuradha, to be honest, I was pretty competitive when I was younger. I won't
Hmm.
say no,
Hmm.
I was
Hmm.
competitive as when I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
younger, because
Yeah.
I would not give up. I mean, there were so many times, even I had to, it was a do or die for me. For us, it's a state tournament. I remember there was this time, it was the under 13 state tournament, and I drew with lower seed. I was not the top seed. We had high rated. I was 18, 1900, but we had higher than me, the top seeds. And I had to win the last round against the top seed to win the championship because, well, my opponent was on full score and I was half point behind. And I was so competitive. I said, no draw. I'm like, I don't want to draw. I don't want the second spot. I always come first. and it was a do or die situation. I played 4 hours. I went in an end game. It was a bishop versus knight end game. I grind, and I won the game. And it was actually a beautiful game, and I can tell you why. Because at that point of time, Anurag won the game, won the selection in the in the boys section, open section now we call it, and I won it in the girls section. And there was Akash Thakur, right?
Yeah.
He had come to Goa, I think, for Anurag for coaching at that point of time. And he was so impressed with me. He was like, "You played a beautiful end game." He was like, "It was such a beautiful game you played." And he told me, that I played a game, and the game I played was beautiful. The end game was superbly played. And then you gain confidence, when such a good player actually gives you some compliments on your game.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so I was very competent. But there's one thing I don't know if it happens with everybody, but after I became as I started growing older, right, I started losing that. That's why I said I didn't play chess at all, if you remember. I think I was not competent. I was not at all. And even till recently, I never thought of playing chess seriously before the pandemic happened. And when the pandemic happened, I had it in mind, okay, now I want to play chess seriously. But that is when it happened. I played 2, 3 tournaments seriously in my life, like, with something with a goal. And then COVID hit. I'm like, all right. Like, I'm just saying I was never very serious, that I want to achieve something. But
Hmm.
yeah, things are changing.
Hmm, 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 hmm. But tell me, so and that's what I said the same thing. When you go to college, you're more relaxed. As a kid, as a child, it's more like there's more pressure to win. I feel I definitely was under more pressure as a child when I was playing like under 12, under 14, yeah, was immense pressure. I felt immense pressure on me. But in college and university, I started playing again, and that was for fun. But of course, this competitiveness remains. So I played in uni for just for fun, and then I came to London and I started playing again, just for fun and play. I didn't play for 10 years in between, and then I came to London. I started playing, and this was for fun, absolutely for fun. Like I'm playing club tournaments, and I'm still feeling like really this competitiveness within, that if I lose the game, I feel like horrible. I feel like, like really, really bad. And I was like, this is not nice. You can't play for too long if you're going to feel this way. Like it would make me cry.
Yeah.
And like, this is not good. And I stopped playing again. I'm like, no, it's just no, it just I can't. Why can't I take it like casually and just play, and if I lose, it doesn't matter. I used to be envious of players as a child. I used to be envious of players who were like, 50th seed and playing on the last board and didn't care if they won or lost. And here I was like, always like the top three seeds and always like winning the nationals and not winning and so stressed all the time. And I'm like, oh, it's so much fun just to be not, be bothered about the result. But, this is how I was built. Anyway, so I wanted to ask you, so you married a grandmaster.
Yeah.
Your husband is a grandmaster. How's it being married to such a strong chess player? Do you play against each other? Have you ever played? Do you play? Do you train together, or
we
you keep it
don't
separate?
we don't talk chess.
Yeah, good idea, I think. Good idea.
Till now, at least, but I'll be after him once we start. If we think of playing tournaments now, then I will
Huh,
definitely be after him, because well, I should take
huh.
advantage, right? I didn't have a trainer all my life. If I'm married one, I should take advantage of it.
I know. A grandmaster at home. What's your husband's name, Nandini?
Anurag Marble.
Anurag Mam. And where is he from?
Goa itself.
Ah, okay,
Yeah, so
lovely.
I
How many
mentioned
grandmasters are there in Goa? Not too many, I
just
think.
two, just two.
Okay,
So he was the
okay.
first one from Goa. So I mentioned to you that the under 13 I won, and Anurag Akash Thakur had come for it was for
Ah,
Anurag.
Anurag. Okay, so this is
Yeah,
the
so
same guy.
basically,
Yeah, yeah.
from childhood we have been winning the selections together. That's like
So have
always winning.
has there always been sparks that there's a boy winning, there's a girl winning, and you're playing the same tournaments? Were you
Ah,
always like, were there sparks from the beginning?
No, I mean we never spoke when we were younger.
Hmm, not even friends.
No, I mean, okay, we did speak. I mean, I first of all, I was very quiet. I would just
Hmm.
smile if somebody smiles at me. If somebody says hi, would smile. I was a quiet person, and I believe he was even a lot more quieter. So he would. Uh, I at least talk now, but he talks very less even now compared to me.
Hmm. And
So
how did it happen then?
it started later on.
It's
I
not an
think.
arranged marriage, I hope.
No, no. The point is, I think we played the National Open. After once I reached college, we played the National Open. That's after my 12th. I said I wanted to play, right? I got selected. I
Yeah,
played the National Open. And
yeah,
over there, he was also there. And I was with my mom, and we had another player from Goa. So we are just three of us.
yeah,
And after the tournament, I think we went touring around, you know,
yeah,
just going around the place.
yeah.
And my mom and I, we both were shocked. Like, we saw Anurag laughing, Anurag talking. We both are looking at each other. We're like, we didn't know that he talks, we didn't know he laughs. So that's when we actually became friends. We exchanged numbers, because of that tournament.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think he kind of started liking me there. We started talking. But I
Hmm.
made him wait for 7 years and then I went on a date with
7
him.
years, Nandini. 7 long years. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he used to like me. I mean, everybody in India somehow they came to know because I think he was playing the national A, and I think some players, grandmasters, how they are. So I think they peeped and they saw, oh, he's chatting with Nandini, and then it went around. So people knew that he liked me, but
Yeah, chess is a small world and the gossips travel so fast.
yeah, so
Oh
the
my
point
God.
is everybody even now they wouldn't believe, but they think that we have been together for so long, but that's not the case. I made him wait for 7 years. And then he said, okay. When he asked me on a date, I said, all right, today, now we can go on a date. So
What made you change your mind?
now I don't exactly know. I just, to be
I'm
honest,
sure you do, Nandini.
No, I mean, it felt like I was. This I discussed this even earlier. I used to think that he was a bit immature, which he definitely was. But even I was immature. And okay, there was one thing is
How old were you? How old were you?
when I went for the first time with him,
No, when he asked you out.
I was 17. No, 18, I think.
Okay.
And I was I considered myself way too young to go on dates, which I know now is wrong.
But yeah, yeah,
No, because we don't have this dating culture in India, right? But
yeah,
dating is
yeah.
actually really good. I know this is a chess
It's a
channel,
taboo.
but
Dating is
dating,
a taboo. In India, it's a big
yeah,
taboo. Oh my God. And in chess world,
yeah,
ooh,
it's
massive,
too much. So the point is,
massive.
dating is actually good. You have a lot of benefits. I mean, you improve as a person overall. I mean, you improve. You
Yeah,
cannot
I
you
know
can't
more
deny
than that.
that. But I missed out on it because, well, I had different thoughts. I was immature. But then later on, I think I turned 23. It was a 24, 23, 24. I said, all right, I mean, we'll take the chance, we'll take the risk. And yeah, I mean, I kind of I saw that there's a slight change in him. He seemed to be a bit more matured. And it's not that I did not consider him ever earlier. I did have a certain sort of
Yeah,
liking, which I never told him about.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, so I kept it. He was
yeah.
still there. He was there because he was there. He got me. Otherwise, he would not.
Yeah. Perks of being patient.
Yeah. So Chess Unblocked is asking who proposed first. Oh well, I didn't propose ever. He proposed, not me.
You should have been cleared by now if you know Nandini.
Yeah, I mean,
It's very
seven
much
years
clear.
is not a joke, but yeah, I mean,
Okay,
it's
so
good.
tell me, so when he asked you out and when you said yes, then how long did it take you to marry each other? Like, how long did
Okay,
you go out?
so after a year, no, after
Hmm.
2 years, we got married because, yeah, after 2 years.
And what changed after marriage?
20.
Or is the same? Or are you happy you got married?
No, I'm pretty happy. I mean, I got married. I mean, there's no
Yeah,
problem. But
yeah.
what has changed? I don't have my dog. My dog is with my parents, right? So yeah, what has changed? I mean, he is the. I think we automatically change, right? We trust each other more after marriage. I think that is definitely there. Trust has
Yeah.
definitely improved, and I got to see a side of him which I didn't know he had. I mean, he does everything over here. I mean, it's not because I'm married to him, but he's a plumber, he's a cook, and he does everything. He's an electrician. Like, we don't need to call anybody. He does everything. If something's wrong with
Wow.
anything, he does it.
And he's a grandmaster on top of that.
Yeah.
Wow. He's a good
So,
catch, Nandini.
yeah, even right now he's actually washing the dishes. I can hear him.
Well done, you. Well done, you. Well done, you. Will you guys be there at the Olympiad? Will you come to the venue?
Yeah, we'll be there because I'll be there. So I guess he's also coming along. So we both will be there for sure.
Oh, lovely, lovely. That'll be nice. I'll see you there. Then I can
Oh,
ask you more questions that I can't ask here.
yeah, you can ask him and get to know his point of view.
I know, I know, I know. What was the 7 year wait long? 7 long
No, it
years
was
like that.
it was
That
tough for
wait.
him. I know because he has told me it was tough for him. But
Mhm.
well,
Wow, that's long, Nandini. 7 is really long, and someone who stood and waited, and that's what
2024.
I that's the difference now. Like, it's so quick, like, to move on. Like, it's like left swipe and right swipe. Oh, you don't like me? Okay, next one. You don't like me, and nobody pursues, nobody stays, nobody like is waits. And you're right. He waited. He got you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he was positive all the time because we are humans. That doesn't happen. Of course,
Cool.
there were times where he maybe kept away from me. He did not chat with me, and I did not chat with him. But well,
Yeah.
that still remains, and at the end, it happens. So
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Wait, are there any questions? Is there anybody who wants to
we
ask
have
something?
we have one question, but that is by Ayush, and he's saying, "Do you know there are 288 billion possibilities after 4 moves in chess, and at 40 moves there's a possibility more than total atoms in 20 universes according to the reports." Did you know that, Anuradha?
No, Nandini. I know nothing.
No, we didn't
That's
know that. Well, we do
I
know
knew
that
there's
chess
there's
is.
way too many. The
Yeah.
chess story? Do you know the chess story about the chessboard and the grain on the board?
I'm not so sure. Why don't you tell?
So, okay, so there's a story. The story goes like, there was a king, and very proud king, and he was like very generous and very proud of being generous. So one day there was like, a fakir, a saint, that was, passing by, and the king called him over. Is like, ask me for anything. I have everything. What do you want? And he said, no, I don't want anything. He's like, no, you are in my kingdom and you must ask, and I have everything. And the saint said, but I don't think you'll be able to give me what I want. And he said, are you kidding me? Like, the whole world is mine. I can give you whatever you want. And he said, okay, I don't want much. He gets a chessboard. It's like, you put like a grain on one square, first square one grain, and then you make it two, and then you make it four, and then you make it eight, and you make it 16, and like that you finish 64 squares. There wasn't enough grain. There's not enough grain. And it's unbelievable. You try on the calculator, it will break. It can't count that much.
Oh, is
It
it?
just
Wow.
it, and to hear it is unbelievable. Like, what do you mean? Like a chessboard? But do it. Do try it.
Yeah, I mean, now when you think about it, because you're squaring it up, oh my god,
Yeah.
that's going to. And even if you get
There was
those
no.
many grains, how are you going to put them on the square?
That's a very good one, Nandini. I didn't think about that. That's a very good one. Yeah, but it always fascinates me. Like, it never stops like to fascinate me. It's crazy. But yeah, possibilities in chess are just way too many, and that's why it takes It takes so much to become a grandmaster, to become a good player, and otherwise, what is it? Like just chess, as in 16 pieces on each side, king, queen, so much fun. But it's not. The possibilities are immense. They're just way too many, and you need to be so sharp and calculate. And the more you calculate, the better you get. The more it just it's not easy. It's like the grain on a chessboard. It never ending. The possibilities are never ending. If they were finite, if it was possible for a human to calculate so much, it wouldn't be so difficult. But as in a normal person, like a person who just started chess, they don't even see their own possibilities, like the own possible moves. Forget the opponents. And a grandmaster would see all his moves and then his opponents and the variations, hundreds of moves every time they play. They calculate. It's amazing. It's amazing. So
Yeah,
chess is
it's,
a fascinating game.
yeah, I mean, chess looks very simple to play, right? It looks very simple, but it's actually a very complex game which people don't understand. They just think you have some pieces, you move them around, and you have it. It's not that way.
Totally. For the first few months, in fact, when a child starts playing, for the first few months, you only practice to look at the board. It
Yeah.
takes a year to just look at the board. I say just practice looking at the board. And it looks like a small board. It has 64 squares, and the pieces will move differently in different directions. So yeah, it's quite a cool game.
I read this quote somewhere which I even used in one of my videos. I don't remember, but it's the quote went. I don't remember who said it, but the quote was like, uh, "Simple things are the most difficult to understand, and we grasp complicated things easily." So things
Hmm.
that are simple seem to be simple, but
Hmm.
I don't know how to put it out, but it's true if you just think about it. Imagine
Yeah.
a closet, okay, and you just have a capsule wardrobe, for example. You have 3, 4 t-shirts. Now pairing them up, styling them is not easy. If you have 100 clothes, you just pick up something and you wear it. It looks complex when you have 100 clothes, but the actual complexity is when you just have 4 clothes with you.
I don't know if it's the right example, Nandini. You have 100 clothes and you're so confused.
No,
But
I
the
mean
more you have, the
about
more confused you are.
no, 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 no. See, the point is about it's easier. I mean, for a decision making, yes, but and I'm just saying too, if you have to just look different every day, you just pick up something and you wear it. But if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
if you have to look different using the same things, we use the same
But I
pieces
think
and
I
have different
understand what you're
games.
saying, how most simple looking,
Yeah.
obvious looking, simple looking things are so difficult. I always think of photography. Like I feel it's so simple. You just like, you have a phone, have a camera, and you go
Yeah.
talk. But no, it looks so simple. Everyone has the same lens, the same button. So what's the big deal? But it's so complicated because it's so simple. It is so complicated. Like salsa, it has 2 steps, but oh my, so complicated.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah. A lot
yeah.
of other things which people don't understand. Yeah.
Hmm, So chess definitely, it doesn't look easy and it is not easy. And but what a game it is! What a game it is to learn, to improve as an individual, grow as an individual. To don't become a tournament player, don't become a grandmaster, but just know the game. Just know how it's played. It teaches you so many things: to sit down, to be patient, to only Anurag could be that patient. I think if he was not a chess player, he wouldn't be waiting 7 years. To be patient. Most importantly, be patient when it's not your move. So you give respect to the opponent. That sometimes you make a move and sometimes life makes a move for you. So you have to sometimes just wait and wait for life to happen. So you wait for the opponent. It could bring you anything. It could give you anything, surprises, and you respect that because it's not in your hands. And it's so amazing to learn that and lose and win and lose again and be ready for the next match. I think it's a brilliant sport game that every child, every person should learn just to play, just to be able to sit and play. And yeah. I think
Yeah,
kudos
100%.
to chess. I'm
Actually,
glad we are chess players.
yeah, I actually liked what you said, that we learn to be patient when it's not your move. I think that is really important. Uh, you in life too, that is required. You've got to be patient. You have to wait for the other person to make their move, right? Because in most physical sports, you are doing something or the other. You're not really
Something
waiting.
or the other.
You're not, you don't need to have the character of being patient. I mean, let's say, I know the highest level it's different, but in
Yeah,
general.
yeah, yeah. You always doing something. In even in like single, individual sports, even tennis, badminton. You're
Yeah.
always moving. You're always
Yeah.
shifting. Eh, But sitting patiently, the opponent might take half an hour, 45 minutes
Yeah,
for a
Brent.
move, and you sit there and you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know what's going to come, but you sit there, you be patient, and you wait, and you respect whatever he or she does, and that's it.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
let
I,
it move
I
on, and
really
you
love
continue
that.
moving.
Patience and respect. I really loved what you mentioned there. Respect and patience. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Respect for the opponent's moves, and for him, for his time, and his okay. You do whatever you want, and it's not in my hands, and I will do what is in my hands. So I think chess teaches a lot about life, and I try and teach chess in India whenever I'm in India, which I'm a lot most of the time. So I try and teach girls in my village. I travel to different parts of India and teach chess to the girls in different villages. I think it's a great sport, but also it teaches you decision making. Where in India, especially when girls don't take a lot of decisions for themselves from like from the very beginning of their life, there's somebody deciding for them what they're going to
Yeah.
wear, what school they're going to go, what they're going to study, when they're going to marry, who they're going to marry. A lot
Exactly.
of things, lot of things are decided for them.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
I
they're not
think
even asked actually. They never asked anything, and I agree with you. They're not even asked, do you want to get married? No, they directly have their husband ready for them. Parents do that. And yeah, I've
Yeah,
had friends
it
that
happens a
way.
lot. People
Yeah,
would say it's changing. Of course, it's changing and it's different. And in very privileged circles, it is changing. But India is too big. It's massive. It's
that's true.
massive. It's changing in like 1% of somewhere privileged societies, but it's a big country, and we have a lot of girls who still don't go to school, who still
Yeah.
don't get to decide whether they're going to go or not, who still don't get to decide whether they want to marry or not. So anyway, so coming back to chess, I think chess, I feel when I teach them chess, I feel they at least decide something. I'm going to make this move. It was so funny
That's true.
when first time they play, they're like, oh my god, I'm going to decide, I'm going to move, and they're so thrilled to be moving the pieces because the consequences are theirs, the moves are theirs, and then they can play again. There's nothing to lose, just another
Yeah.
match.
They
So
make all
yeah,
the
I love it.
decisions.
I love it. Yeah,
It's true.
I love it. Yeah. Anybody asking any questions? Anything? We're
Um,
going to wrap up soon.
yeah, we don't have a question, but Chess Unblocked has said it
Mm,
teaches you to lose gracefully.
yeah,
Chess.
definitely. Although I'm still not very graceful when I lose. If crying is graceful, then it's okay. It's okay not to cry. It can be graceful.
Yeah,
But but
I,
I don't cry. Like I come home and cry. I'm very
yeah,
graceful
exactly.
and
That is
quiet.
graceful, right? I mean, in front of people, you are like, a nice lady there, and after going home, you can cry.
Do you okay in when we used to play chess and we used to like ask like a friend is coming from far away and he or she has finished the match, so we would ask like this, this, or this. Do you still do the same?
Yeah, but now we don't. If yeah, you mean if usually now the ways we just when I mean since when I was younger, we just move the eyebrows like this. What happened? And then
Yeah, yeah, no,
that's
but
it.
when someone is answering,
Huh? Answering also like sometimes they do this for sure, and sometimes it's just the face. with the expression. Because what happens a lot of times, we are both playing games, or they are finished and I'm still playing, for example. So with me, the
Yeah.
experience is just the facial expressions. We don't want the opponent to complain and all that to happen, right? So that's
Ah.
happening a lot more nowadays, though. Earlier it was not. Nowadays kids just complain. Even if you one expression, they complain. uh, Telling you that,
Yeah.
Anuradha, I'm an arbiter, right?
Yeah.
It's, oh my god, you don't know how tiring it is being an arbiter nowadays. I wish, if I want to be an arbiter, being an arbiter earlier, before, in the
Mm.
2000s, before that, or the
Yeah.
2000s, is the best. Right now,
Yeah.
I can't tell you, you will never get a chance to sit down, especially rapid tournaments. You have to be around every time. Arbiter, arbiter, arbiter. Sometimes five people are calling at the same time. You have to tell them, wait, Bob, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Because arbiters are two less. Seriously, being an arbiter now is really difficult, really difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, yeah, here as well in London. I know I teach small like children, and when we have like the London Chess Classic or some tournaments, when we have kids, oh my God, the whole row has like raised its hand, and then
Yeah.
you're like,
No, I don't know how it's in London, but I don't know how usually outside India they're taught to very gracefully call people. It's a lot more
they just raise hands.
quiet. Yeah, yeah,
They don't say
exactly.
anything.
Just
They just
yeah, just raising the hand. I know it's not. I know it's that way outside India. I definitely know that. But in India, it's like they'll be screaming, "Arbiter, arbiter, arbiter." You know how it works, right? Because the way, I mean, we're brought up is completely different. So they just start screaming, and that is a problem. I mean, if they just raise their hand, it's all right. But they
yeah,
start screaming.
yeah, yeah. True that. True that. Let's see how it's going to be at the Olympia. There are going to be so many teams, and some, as you said, first timers, and
Yeah.
from so many countries. I think we'll have so much to see, witness, such interesting stories. I can't wait to be a part of the whole festival. It's like a festival for me, and I can't wait to talk to the chess players from different countries. I hope they give me like stories, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, we have one question though. I know we want to wrap up, but we have a question by Abhinav Gupta.
Yeah,
Why most Indian chess parents are doctors? I'll just put my point of view first.
yeah. I don't know.
I have not seen too many Indian parents as doctors, to be honest. And you may find it in the high end. A lot of times they may be children of doctors playing chess because they have the funds, they have the time. That's also to be included because they have to travel. You have to spend a lot of money in chess, which people don't understand. They think it's a very cheap sport, but it's not. So they have the funds, they have the money, so that's possible. But maybe that's just of players of certain title players are talking about who have actually gone forward, because not everybody has the resources and funds. But in general, no, that's not the case. I mean, my family, nobody's a doctor. So I don't know, Anuradha, what do you think about it?
No, I don't know. I don't know. And I think you're right. My parents are not doctors. But yeah, I think what I think he's pointing at probably is I know a lot of top chess players when I was playing, their parents were doctors, and you're right. Probably they can take it to the higher level because probably they are more well off and they
Yeah,
can. So I
that's
remember a lot of top chess players, their parents were doctors, but not all. Like a lot of
yeah.
them were, but
You know, I,
they're
I
just too many.
I do believe the privilege does, make a difference, because I
Huge,
believe
huge.
I am privileged myself to some extent, because I know the family I come from. I got chance to play chess. I got to go to different states. It's not easy for everybody, right? If I think about myself coming from a financially poor family, it would be
Yeah,
really difficult. And considering I'm also a girl, it would be so difficult. So I do know that I'm very grateful. Actually, I'm privileged. And yeah, a
yeah,
doctor's family probably are a bit more privileged, and they should make use of it, right? Why not? We need more grandmasters in the country, so they should be playing going around.
yeah, 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 yeah. True that. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Chess, any sport for that matter, like
Yeah.
it's not easy. It's not easy to pursue, especially like if you want to take it to another level. Like just learning is different, but then playing tournaments and training, chess training is one of the most expensive trainings. So chess training and then traveling. And I remember like one reason I quit was like I was just too tired of my parents saving like, that little portion of
Yeah.
money every month. And then I was under too much pressure. I would feel guilty for not winning because I knew the amount that they're saving. And every time I would feel I didn't have a coach either. So I never had a coach. Every time I would feel I'm letting them down, and that pressure was too much for me to bear like as a child, because I knew like this is the amount that they have saved and have put on me. Every time I lost a game I felt guilty. So
Ye-
of course I was sad but also guilty for letting them down. So yeah, it's not
You
easy.
know,
So
Anuradha, I'm sure people don't know this in the chat. I have to mention that you were the sub junior national girls champion. I have to mention that. So when you say you left chess after winning the nationals, after being a national champion. I mean, they
yeah.
have to know this.
Yeah, yeah, I left after because at that time I was like, fine. I also was in a position to say and decide for myself, and I also had like proved some sort of point. Ki chalo, I know I won the national and now I can quit. But the pressure was still the same after winning, or it was the same when I started. I started playing. My first tournament was under eight, and then I quit playing after I became under 16 and sub junior champion, and the pressure remained the same. It was just too much.
Chess
But
Unblocked says I think she had a good 1800. No, she was way above that, Chess Unblocked. I think you don't know. I think she was
I had around
2100.
2200.
2200, yeah.
I was 22. But at that time the chess rating only started from 2000. So
Yeah,
my
so it,
first rating was 2170.
yeah, but
The
Anuradha,
first
you know, it was really difficult. When you say it started
to
at
get
2000,
rating.
it was not easy to get
No, no, it
because
was so
it
difficult
was
to get
difficult. You're
rating.
either unrated or you're rated. And the
Oh,
unrated
you're
player,
rated.
now you said 2000. The unrated player could have a 1900 strength, 1800 strength, 1500 strength. You have no idea. And you're right. When
No.
I started playing, the rating came down to 1800, so I got 1800 and something, and I know my it was my second attempt. My first attempt it came to 1796, and then my rating went off because, well, it's
Yeah,
not considered. Then I had to retry, and then I got 1800 plus.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it was, the unrated players were never taken lightly. If you think about it, we never cared, rated or unrated. For us, everybody were equally
Yeah,
strong. If you, it was like that for me, I remember.
totally,
But
totally.
nowadays, the
Yeah,
point is, since it's at 1000, right? It's like,
yeah,
okay, if you're
yeah.
unrated, you have not played a tournament. You kind of know that. Because getting 1000
Hmm.
plus now is a pretty easy, right? You just need one
Oh
point.
no, yeah. I remember when I got my rating, I was playing the Calcutta tournament, Millennium tournament, and they were grandmasters, and it was an international tournament. And you have to play like 2200s and 2300s, and I had to play so many like national Bs and so many open rating tournaments,
Yeah.
uh, no local tournaments, because there were not many rated players, and it wasn't easy, but it was a big deal. It was a massive deal to get rating, like you're a rated player.
You
It
know,
was quite
2100, even now
a,
in this era, like to get a direct rating of 2100, I mean, don't expect it. But even reaching
yeah.
there is not an easy task, Anuradha, and you got that as your first rating.
Yeah, no, but I got it after like what, when I was 14 or 15 years old, like 14 probably, like after playing for like what, good 6, 7 years.
Yeah, I mean,
So
obviously, it's 2000 plus rating. I mean, it takes a while, right?
yeah, yeah. But anyway, shallow guys. So we have some guests lined up for coming weeks, and we're going to try and get some sports personalities from different games, from other sports. We have some tennis players lined up. We have some judo players lined up. So we'll let you know when that's going to be. But Nandini will always see you with some of the other grandmaster.
Yeah, and Anuradha, one more thing before we wrap up. Would you like to tell us a bit about your book, and maybe we can put the link? I can put it in the description. The link
Oh,
of your
okay.
book.
Yeah, okay. So I am a writer, as I said. I have written two books. This is my second book. It's called Log Jo Mujh Pe Reh Gaye, People Who Remained in Me. These are my stories from 5 years of traveling. The 10 different stories from 10 different countries and 10 different people I met, and I felt they somewhere shook me, somewhere changed me, somewhere remained within me, broke my stereotypes. So I've written their stories. So it's a people who remained in me. Log jo mujh mein reh gaye. Anyway, um, yeah. I'll do a
Ye-
reading some other time.
Yeah, I'll put the link though in the video description after the stream. We'll put the link in the video
Yeah.
description so you guys can check it out. It's available on Amazon, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll add the link in there, and yeah, probably we will wrap up now, right, Anuradha?
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Nandini. And before we wrap up, Nandini also does a lot of cool videos on her YouTube channel, and she talks about life and food and whatnot, and sleep and everything, books and I think everything. So do
Anything.
check it out. Put a link for that as well, so people
Yeah,
can
I'll
check
do
out
that.
and know who you are and what you like other than chess. And we'll see you soon, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and we shall stop the stream now. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.